Hi everyone, Winvista User 2 here with you once again. Today I'm going to be showing you guys an audio timer, a Kenwood audio timer AT-52B. What this device does, right now it is completely functional. I just have to set the clock on here. What this device does is there are two outlets in the back of this unit. If I get just the cables out of the way here. An AC outlet total up to 1000 watts, and right now I have my sound amplifier and my I/O cassette deck hooked up to this thing. Now what this device does is it actually has a time. There are basic functions on here like the time controls, the hold time, the adjust time, the present time, and there are timer sets on here. They can actually tell them the devices to turn on and off automatically by pushing the auto button. But first I have to set the clock on here in order to get it to work. Now there are three buttons here. On button, which just turns on the outlets in the back by themselves without the use of the timer or the sleep set. The sleep set can only go up to an hour and 59 minutes. At the most, or 2 hours, so it turns off the outlets automatically, like right after those times expire. Now the timer sets the time from you set the time from the main clock, which is, like I said, not set yet, and then it'll turn on like right at the time you specifically set it at. For example, if we want to turn on at like 2 o'clock, which is 1400 hours. You set the item timer to 1400 hours, or 2 o'clock p.m., since this clock is actually using military time only. I wish you used the AM PM thing, but I don't mind. In the off, you can have it set to turn off the outlets like right at the specific time you want to turn them off. For example, if you want it set to turn off at 12 a.m., you set it to 00 hours or 0 o'clock. Now the sleep set, as I mentioned before, turns off the outlets at the amount of time that you set it at. So for example, if you have it set for like 30 minutes, it'll turn off in 30 minutes, and the timer will go down by exactly 1 minute. The timer set is controlled by the clock. The clock controls the timer set, excuse me. And to set the time, you set the dial to adjust time, and then you push forward. Let's check see what time it is right now on my computer. It's 4:41, so I have to push the forward button to super fast. Now there are two speeds for the set: fast and slow, and of course forwards and backwards. Now the fast, as you can clearly see, it's going pretty darn quick. Oops. $16 at 14. 16:56. What the heck did it? Right now the time's set. Present time. Now this clock here, you have to set it manually in order for the timers to work. For example, right now it says 00 hours to turn on, so I'm going to have to go forward this to, let's say, like 5 o'clock, so there'll be 1700 hours. And this thing we've had for a number of years, and this thing is still functional, like I stated before. And the back of the sound amplifier actually has outlets in the back that you can hook up like more equipment, like an I/O cassette deck, a CD player, an old turntable from the 1980s. So basically the ones they have, the prongs are basically the same length and stuff. The one instead of the hot neutral, the one on the left, the bigger one. So instead of the bigger one on the left side, it'll be the same on the right side. set this backwards to let this turn off at, oops, I want to do it forward. I pushed the wrong button again. Oops, now I'll just do backwards. So set it to turn off at exactly 6 o'clock. Have the thing set to auto. And right now it is 4:44. And with the magic video and everything, I will be right back and I'll show you guys like what the heck it will do. Alright, it's almost time for this thing to power up the AC adapters. Hopefully the thing will power it up. In about at least, oop, now they're on. So we'll turn on my tape stereo, tape deck, push play here. And of course it's not working very well. The tape hasn't been working very well anyway. You're there with the audio cable and this thing is not working very well either. Right now it says it's 5 o'clock, only 1 minute. And there you have it, folks. Now let's go check and see what happens when I put the time to, let's see, 1707. Let's make it 1703. And it's 1702 right now. Turn the thing on. In about so many seconds it'll power off here. See, like at least 30 seconds. Three, two, one. Right, it's all off now. So that's how this device works. Going forward here. This is only for testing purposes. Oops, backward. Now there are two different light indicators: the AC output light. Outlet light. They'll turn on when you push either the on button or the auto button. But right now it's off on the AC outlet. But if you push the auto button, the auto light turns on, meaning they'll go to the time code that's just set. This 1703. free. Okay, now it's turned back on. Now this is a really great device. Like I said, I've had this for a number of years. I think my dad got this when he was in the Army back in the 1980s. But this is a really nice device. So just in case if you guys forget to turn off your stereo equipment, like your sound amplifier, like this thing, Yamaha Sound Stereo Amplifier A1000, or tape deck. If you forget to turn either of those devices off, if you have the timer set, and of course the clock set, but you have to have the clock set first, or the sleep set, just in case you want to play hardball with someone. Oops, I forgot. The forward button just doesn't like me today. I'll set this 1 minute on here. So if you forget to turn off your devices like your tape deck or your stereo box, or anything that you have plugged in here like a CD player for example, if you forget to turn it off or something, this device right here will turn off all the electrical to the back from the back outlets. But this device will still be on because it's plugged in automatically and turns on automatically when you plug it in. But you have to like push either the on button, the manual on button, the auto button, or you have to push either of these two buttons to turn the outlets on. Like I said, the on button just turns on the outlets no matter what. So that's the manual button. The auto button goes to the time code for either sleep set, timer set. And that's about it. And of course, it didn't even turn off yet. Oh, that's right, I hit the timer set. Oops, I want to go backwards. Time's out right now. Okay, so I set this clock back to 1700. Maybe I should put it back to like 1400 hours just to be safe, or 12 o'clock. I'll set this. So I forgot to turn the blazes thing off. Oh, you guys set the clock. Make sure they use either the forward, the fast, or slow. Use the forward. If you do it backwards, well, actually you can do it backwards. Since it is a military time, in about less than a minute, yeah, let's turn off. So I'm going to go turn on my stereo and my audio, because actually that's on already. Just to give you guys a glimpse of what it will look like when it powers off. Now, wish you can zoom in on this thing. So right when the timer reaches 0, that's when they'll power off. I'll save it just up just a smidge. And of course, they all turned off now. Oops. There you have it, folks. Thank you guys for watching, and please feel free to leave a comment if you have any. Oops.